Hi guys, and welcome to Affiliates Only 10 on-page SEO Advanced Power Tips. Now, quite frankly guys, this has got to be one of the more important modules when it comes to SEO. Most people flock to the link building game in an effort to build hundreds, if not actually thousands, of backlinks pointing to their money sites. Now, while getting quality backlinks is important, obviously, quality on-page SEO is really what's the most important. You can have thousands of inbound links coming to your site, but if your site is not structured properly with regards to internal linking, and if there's a ton of page rank leakage happening and duplicate content is abound on your site, it doesn't really matter how many backlinks you have. Conversely, though, if you have a well-structured site, little or no page rank leakage, and no duplicate content, you can have little inbound links, and still carry an enormous amount of authority for a site. Now, how do I know this to be true? Well, because most of my money sites do not have a lot of inbound links compared to my competitors, and yet I rank higher and carry more authority in the search engines. Now, what I want to give you below are some of the more important factors with regards to on-page SEO and making your site internally sound. So here we go. Now, your domain name is one of the most important factors when it comes to on-page SEO. I always get asked, should I pick a generic but catchy domain name, or one that is keyword specific and targeted? Well, while having a catchy domain name is certainly appealing, it really does nothing for SEO. My personal experience is that domains that have the keywords in the domain do better in the long run and usually rise to the top of the search engines, as opposed to domains that don't. In other words, if your domain does not have the keyword, you will have to do more SEO work to get the same ranking as a domain that does have the keyword. An example, let's assume that I'm targeting the keyword Forex Trading Strategies. Ideally, the best domain would be forextradingstrategies.com. It does nothing to help us if we are targeting the keyword Forex Trading Strategies and our domain is, bestproducts.com. You see what I'm saying? Additionally, I would recommend having a .com domain extension. Other possible extensions are out there, but these are the other possible extensions that are good, but not as though are .net and .org. I would definitely stay away from .infos and all the other new ones that seem to be popping up lately. Now, I also get asked if the use of hyphens or underscores are better when it comes to domain names. For example, forex-trading-strategies or forex_trading_strategies. This is a widely debatable topic. Lots of people have different opinions. I do have experience with owning these types, though. I did a product launch on a very popular IM product. I used hyphens in my domain name. I did the SEO that I would normally do to dominate the search engines. However, I was never able to actually beat the domains that had no hyphens or underscores. Thus, my advice is to stay away from hyphens and underscores as much as possible. I'd rather put it like an X at the end of a domain name than to use hyphens or underscores. So, say if you have forextradingstrategies.com and that name's already taken, and that was my keyword, I would most likely pick forextradingstrategiesx.com. Now, I realize this doesn't look as nice, but I'm telling you guys, in my personal experience, it will do much better in the search engines. So just keep that in mind and know it to be true, okay? Now, the title is another single most important thing on-page SEO element. If you look at the source code, this is easily identifiable by the tags, title, keyword title here, and then title at the end. The title should have the keyword or keyword phrase that you are targeting based on your keyword research. So keep that in mind. And keep this in mind as well. Try to make the title attractive to the reader, while at the same time clearly having the keyword that you are going after in the title. Have your title as a question can be very effective. Having your title as a review of a product can be very effective. Having your title as a scam report can be very effective. And then also having your title as the top 3 reasons, etc., can be very effective. Now, while the title is very important, the content on your page must also be relevant to the title and not full of irrelevant black hat garbage, we call it. So keep that in mind. It's very, very important, guys. Now, the meta description is important, but not as important as the title tag. You'll basically, you'll want to add a full description of your site and pages, posts that you have, etc. Now, the canonical URL is important to eliminate self-created duplicate content in the index. Now, last February of 2009, Yahoo, Live, and Google announced that they would be supporting the new canonical URL tag. Now, what exactly is it? The tag is part of the HTML header on a web page. The same section you'd find the title attribute and meta description tag. In fact, this tag isn't new, but like nofollow, it simply uses a new rel parameter. Look at the example on the screen. Now, as you can see, if you take a look, this would tell Yahoo, Live, and Google that the page in question should be treated as though it were a copy of the URL forexonlinesecrets.com, and that all of the link and content metrics the engines apply should technically flow back to that URL. So, for example, these two categories are duplicate content on my site. The forexonlinesecrets.com /category /forex-robot, and then forexonlinesecrets.com /category /robot. It's very similar to a 301 redirect for SEO purposes, but without all the work of setting one up. You would use the canonical URL tag when there are multiple URLs of duplicate content on your site. Now, you will suffer in the rankings when this happens. Search engines don't know which URLs to include or exclude when this happens. Webmasters have started to use the canonical URL tag to fix this. So when you set up a canonical URL tag, you are basically telling the search engines to ignore the duplicate content and treat it as a copy of the canonical URL. Now, the meta no index tag is very important, but this is also where it can start to get a little confusing. The importance of controlling your page rank or authority of your site. Well, you want to control page rank, or what some call authority, on your site. We want an authoritative site in a lucrative niche, guys, so that when we add content, it shoots right up to the top of the search engines. And on-page SEO is a large factor for this. Now, there are three ways to control PageRank with your site using on-site SEO methods. Using the robot.txt file, using the rel equals nofollow attribute, and then using meta no index tag. Now, you'll want to implement all three in some fashion. There are several forms of the meta tag that you can use, and here are the most popular, or actually most important ones. No index is the same as no index, no follow. This attribute tells Google not to index the page, but it still crawls the page and links are followed. No follow is the same as index, no follow. This attribute tells Google to index the page, but to ignore outgoing links. Thus, all links will be no follow. This attribute tells Google not to index the page and not to follow links on the page either. In other words, all links will not pass PageRank. The use of robots.txt. Creating a robots.txt is as simply as opening up Notepad, saving it as a robots.txt file, and uploading it to your root directory. Again, your root directory. What you put inside this file is of utmost importance. I have found a very good tutorial here on this link, outfront.net/tutorials, that you see on the slide. Also, instead of manually creating a robots.txt file, you can use a robot.txt file generator that you see by clicking the link that you see above. That is extremely helpful and time-saving. Trust me on that. Now, anchor text on your site tells the search engines what your page is about. Make sure to include the keywords that you want the ranking for, and use it wisely. Don't overdo it on one page. Make sure to use related keywords. Take a look at the anchor text code on the slide, and you can see what I'm talking about. Now, image alt tags, ALT, tell the search engines what your site is about. Use keyword variations for your image alt tags. You can manually create the HTML alt tag using the code shown. Or if you are using a WordPress blog, the Friendly SEO Image plugin is the best to use, which you can see on the slide as well. Now, within an image tag, The alt tag is what the search engine bots see. The title in the image tag is what you see that pops up if you hover over the image. What I will often do is hyperlink the image and thus make it clickable, to a product. If this is what you want to do, then simply put the ahref tag around the image tag like I'm showing you on the screen. Now lastly, H1, H2, and H3 tags tell the search engines what your content is about. And you'll want to put the keywords that you want ranked inside an H1 or H2 and H3 tag. Basically, in an article, your title is treated as an H1 tag. You do not want more than one H1 tag. For maximum SEO in your article, again, guys, just as a reminder, SEO is search engine optimization. So just keep that in mind when you're reading these things. It'll help put things in perspective. Again, for maximum SEO in your article, you will want to use the H2 tag not more than twice, the H3 not more than 3 times, but H4 and H5 as much as you want. Simply use the format shown on the screen and you will be good to go. All right, guys, I'd like to thank you for listening to this. I realize there's a lot of information. Please go back and re-listen to any parts you may have missed or didn't quite get. Because as we're saying, these are going in order, and we want to make sure that everything is good in your mind and the foundation is set before moving on to each module. All right, thanks so much, guys, and look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.